You can hear my show on Stitcher. Stitcher is radio on demand. Download the free app today. Listen anytime, anywhere.
Stitcher is an award-winning free app that lets you listen to all your favorite shows, plus discover from 20,000 news, entertainment, and sports shows. Create custom playlists. Rate and review the GMR Podcast on Stitcher. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad. And over 4 million car dashboards.
On demand and on the go. No downloading, no syncing, no wasted memory. Stream your favorite podcast. Don't have Stitcher? Download it free today at Stitcher.com or in the App Store.
Who is John? That's a question that quite a few people already know the answer to, and now it's time for you to find out who is John. Go to whoisjohn.com, that's WHOISZHON, and you can watch the entire 20-episode series for free. It's the story of Jean, an alien, or is he, who crash-landed on Earth many, many years ago, who has now turned himself in to the authorities and claims he'll answer all of their questions. Or will he? Check it out. Whoisjohn.com. WHOISZHON.com.
GMR. You're listening to the GMR Podcast.
Support your locals, starting with Space Smoke Shop, located on 125 East Pennington Street, Tucson, Arizona.
Space Smoke Shop features local glass, cheap tobacco, and any drink you can think of. We're also a hookah lounge and a venue. Like us on Facebook to keep up with shows, deals, and products.
Every second and fourth Tuesday is Punk Rock Tuesday at Space Smoke Shop, 125 East Pennington Street, downtown Tucson, Arizona. Be sure and tell them you heard about it on the GMR Podcast.
Coming in 2014, the director's cut of Writing Frenzy. Frenzy, the hottest comic book on the market. Billy Shaw, the screenwriter assigned to write the Frenzy movie. One problem. Billy's totally blocked. Now, Billy travels to the comic book store that the creator of Frenzy died in an attempt to inspire himself. Will it do the trick? With help from the store's owners, John and Pete, it just might. Writing Frenzy. It's about the process. The new comedy from Pondo Enterprises, coming in 2014.
Clam up. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it's a GMR Podcast, show 85, show that almost wasn't. They are currently 90 minutes into the POV.
is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, apparently the Zingbot veto competition must have been pretty difficult, because if it's still going, wow. And that's where we are right now.
Endurance.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
That's what it's going to take is endurance.
They haven't had an endurance competition since the beginning because of this dual HOH shit. You can't do that stuff and still do a freaking show once a week. Battle of the Block.
No, they were wise to get rid of the dual thing, I think, because
Well, they're running out of house guests.
well, yeah, but I mean they could do it right down to 6 people, and then so 4 people. If there's two HOHs, 4 people are automatically going to be on the block, and there's only one replacement, and that would be say like Christine. There's only one other person to go on the block after that. Yeah, it was a point brought up on that on somebody else brought it up. I forget exactly who, but I mean that's a good point. So I think getting rid of it to get it back to the game that we all know and love with one HOH running the show, it's like, wow, I like that.
Well, that happens every year. They have like some weird ass twist, and then mid-season
So what
they
about
break it up. What'd they do last year? What was the twist last year, bro? Do you remember? Marty doesn't remember anything that happened last year.
I don't either. I can't. Did
I
they
bet he
do,
remembers shit that happened 3 years before.
Did they do Pandora's Box last year?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
They seem to do that every year.
That's what I thought.
I don't have any memory of it last year, though.
Sometimes they do it more than once.
Yeah.
Right now, Caleb and Cody are on the block, so this veto outcome is going to make a big difference.
Who nominated Caleb and Cody?
Frankie.
Frankie nominated.
Frankie.
So who
No,
did
there's-
Derek nominate?
Derek nominated Donnie and Christine.
And they pulled themselves off the block?
They certainly did.
So now it's-
Wow.
So now
just
it's
now?
Donnie-
Is that just information that just happened just now?
That happened yesterday,
Oh, that was the battle of the block.
and right now they're still in the middle of that veto.
Fucking Donnie. Donnie's the only one with any integrity in this game.
What kind of a contest was it? The Battle of the Block.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's the exciting part. We give you the spoilers, but you don't know how it happened. You gotta
So
watch CBS. You want to know what happened. Big Brother. Woo!
Caleb and Donnie are on the block.
Wow.
No,
No. Who's on the block?
Caleb and Cody.
I'm sorry. Caleb and Cody are on the block.
Yeah,
Who's going home?
Yeah, who's going home?
really depends on the outcome of this veto.
Oh, that is true.
And
Because
apparently people are fighting hard if this thing is still going on,
Well, sure, wouldn't
as
you?
they should.
They should. Yeah, absolutely. I
Well,
mean,
there
it's-
hasn't been a lot of hard fighting. It seems to me like there's been a lot of throwing of comps and
well, that's the thing about Nicole going home.
At least to the jury
Thursday.
box.
At least she had a chance at it. She was in the power veto competition, right?
That is true.
She could have saved herself. She just failed.
sad.
and now
That's-
it's 7-1 to Donnie there.
Fucking Jacosta's gonna come back, and her and Donnie are gonna sweep the whole thing, bro.
Well,
Sweep it.
stranger things have happened.
I know, isn't it crazy? His big brother, right?
There's got to be some really good Vegas odds on your scenario. That would pay off probably pretty good because of how unlikely it is.
Isn't that worth like making a bet for like $5 right now?
Sure.
I mean, fuck, it's $5, right?
You'd end up with 500 if that.
you spend that at the hamburger joint.
So Derek got dethroned.
I hate Derek.
Yes.
Have I mentioned that?
Yeah.
The last guy who still hasn't been put on the block.
Exactly.
Right, and he's
never been a have-not.
and
Am I
he's
right?
running the
I
whole
don't know
house.
about that.
So when they did that thing for the graveyard, the zombie thing, if he didn't win it, I mean, come on, he's got to remember these facts. I think he's playing a good game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He's still in there and still in control of the house. I mean,
yeah, and he makes things happen, like the people who make whatever he whispered in their ear happen as if it was their idea, or wherever he said it came from.
it would be funny if he starts to get some competition, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
He's like Dan with the mist, right? He just whispers in the dude's ear. Caleb and Frankie,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't even think. They're just like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly where my paranoia was leading me. So yeah, he's probably gonna win the whole damn thing. So he needs to go home next week, right?
I mean,
Donnie needs to win the HOH.
it's like
and just
Derek's
put
got
this dude
got,
out.
Jedi properties he's mastered these Jedi things. Like
He's going to have to win stuff, though, or he will get eliminated. He didn't win OTEV.
Who, Derek?
Yeah.
well, he kind of is like, except for winning this is the first HOH he's won, right?
That's not, no.
No,
How many? He's at least
Who,
once.
Derek?
At least 2, I think.
really. I must not be in touch with my other side that knows things.
Nicole and Derek were HOH, weren't they? Or is that Nicole and Cody?
We're looking at it right now. At least
Looking at
Marty's
s-
looking it up.
Nicole's no longer in the house.
She's not
She's
there.
going to come back and win the whole game.
But I thought you said
All right, she's going to be number 3. How about that? She's going to be this year's Adam. This year's
Derek was 3rd HOH along with Nicole.
Okay. So he's
Okay,
been,
so I was
but he's
right.
never been on the block.
He has never been on the block.
So that
How
just,
about a have not? Is that
yeah, have not.
They don't list that.
Oh, okay.
hmm?
But still, I mean, you think about it. The guy is just playing a brilliant game. I mean, he really is just listening, assimilating, and said, let's do this.
There are only 2 people playing the game in the house, in my opinion.
And who is that?
Yeah, who would that be?
Who do you think it is? Victoria
What?
and Jocasta. And Jocasta's not even in the fucking house, and she's running the whole damn thing from the fucking sequester house. I tell you what, it's going to happen, people. No, really. I was going to say Donnie and Derek.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, they are Team America.
That's right.
But
And-
they're on opposite sides. They're the only 2 people. They're not in an alliance. You think they're in an alliance?
Well, they're hiding clothing around the house.
Oh yeah, they're just trying to get that $5,000.
Well, sure, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would. And you do, it's like you just do what you're told, right?
They think this is going to be an easy one.
And easy, money in the bank.
So, what do you think? You think it but now they've got to get people to start like a neighborhood watch program or
Yes.
something. That's the other part of it. First, they ripped this shit. Where did they put it? Do you know? Do you know where they stashed all
They're
this?
hiding it under the recyclables right now.
So it should be moved. Somebody's going to find it. I mean, how often do they?
Be funny if it got thrown out.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, but the production crews, they know where the shit's heading. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, they don't care. That'd just be funny, right?
Well, I don't think they would throw it away, but I mean, if somebody was to, are these like bins on wheels that the guests could pull them out if they wanted to? Or
I
is-
don't know that much.
Oh.
It's like in past years when they were hiding keys and whatnot in things. Or somebody had to hide something. They'd hide it behind some of the wall, the shit on the wall, or a picture or something.
Yeah.
Or they'd hide it in the trash or in a bag of
Doritos.
a
They
bag
do a lot
of
of product
cereal
placement
or a
there.
cereal box. I think Donnie's gonna fucking him and Jocasta. I think Jocasta's gonna win it. I think she's in it to win it, and I think that's how it's gonna go down, bro. And I worry about Christine because she seems to be
She's a victim. She's being manipulated.
she's all
big time.
shady and shit. She's all like trying to cover her ass because
Well,
she said
that's
too
'cause
many
she
things.
says she's scared of Donnie.
Well, Donnie is terrifying. I mean, under the right light, in those eyes, and he starts making those cricket noises. See, that's how he sneaks up on you, making those cricket noises. That's why they're all worried about him. It's like apparently Hayden had a dream where Donnie was a serial killer.
How
And
fast
he-
did that fly around?
No, I'm sure everybody heard about that dream. You still with us, Marty? You over there?
My final 2 pick currently is Caleb and Zach.
Interesting.
They kept them around. Not a good idea.
You think those two will hitch up together?
I don't know if they're necessarily going to be in an alliance together, but I think they're going to be the last two standing.
Wow.
OTEV is usually a pretty good example of what's going to happen. I'm surprised they did that one a couple weeks early.
It seemed really early for OTEV.
Maybe that was the twist.
But every year it seems it's probably about the same, right?
Yep.
But every year it just seems like,
Oh,
it's so early. It's
you know
so
what's
exciting.
weird? We'd be on TV right now.
Oh, yeah, we'd
Wow, we would be,
Strange.
we'd be almost ready to go off TV right now.
wouldn't we? Oh, yeah, we're almost done. We only got like...
So
That's crazy.
it is crazy because we're doing a special Saturday
Yeah,
podcast.
We're thinking about moving the show to Saturdays. You know, if we do that, the 100th episode will not be on Ray's birthday.
That's what I was thinking.
Unless we
I
make
was
an
thinking of
exception that week.
We could always,
His birthday's on a Friday?
but it'd
Yeah.
be super
Oh, you should do it on a
close.
Friday
Yeah.
then.
All right.
So
well,
the weekend of November
it's possible.
29th will be our 100th GMR podcast.
See, I got a job where sometimes on Fridays I might have to work, and I could use a couple extra bucks. I don't know.
You
what
sound like Ray now.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to be Ray. I actually make it to 90. Lord, I've made it to 100% of the podcast so far, haven't I?
That is true.
I made
So-
a few percentage.
Yeah, you might be up there with Ray. You're close. You and Ray are.
I usually don't come over here on a
And
Friday.
it's not called
on a
the
Friday.
GMM podcast. It's called the GMR podcast.
Well, GMM would be hard to
But-
pronounce. It's like
Jim-
Jim.
It's really easy to put GMR is harder to pronounce as a word.
GMR.
How would you say Jim?
Yeah.
You just said it.
Yeah, you just said it.
Jimmer.
Jmr.
GMR.
Jimmer.
GMR. It'll be added to the Oxford Dictionary next year, along with words like YOLO. And
So, I think, Victoria is going to win the whole goddamn thing. If she goes up there against Derek, I say she goes up against anybody. Now, nobody's going to take me seriously because it's going to be tremendous. That's all I'm saying. This season.
well, several podcasts ago, I did
Tremendous.
say that Nicole would be exiting about halfway through, and it would be very heartbreaking.
Okay.
We have to really keep up the banter, or this shit is going to be canceled. Me and Marty will be out on our asses like we were back in 90, whatever the fuck year it was.
If we don't get those ratings
96.
up.
The ratings, exactly. You know? We
Well,
got-
they can cancel you if they don't think your show's
It could
worth a
happen,
shit.
bro.
Oh, they're calling him Donnie DeVito
Who in the hell? Donnie DeVito?
because Donnie is the king of veto.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie DeVito.
Donnie knows how to keep himself off the block, or at least safe. I was shaking in my boots Thursday. He looked like he was as well, didn't he? He looked pretty nervous up there.
Yeah, he wasn't sure how anything was going to go.
Somebody writes, Donnie is not sickly, and he keeps saying, why do they want to go after a poor old man? Donnie, you're 42. Well, compared to everybody else in the house, I could see
Yeah,
how
he's
it
a
could
lot
make you
older
feel
than
that
they
way.
are. At least 15 to 18 years.
They don't want me in their conversations.
The closest one in age to him was Brittany, I think.
He was totally playing Zach. What do you think, Marty?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think those were his true feelings?
Well, that ties back into Donnie's Secret Service, you know.
Well, I say, what?
And now it's time for the after show. This could not be coincidence that this person who was just last week on the block is now HOH. You were at the lowest you could possibly be, and everything looked like you were going to be gone.
That's what gives them the fire to
And
to
now
win the
you're on
competition.
top. I've
Just-
seen it 1,000 times.
Just like Frankie winning that competition by
Exactly.
himself, you know.
Well, you know, that was designed more for, and Frankie realized it when he was doing it by himself, that that was designed for one person to do because it's instantaneous, minute little adjustments that you can't get with two people on the chains. There's just
Well, he beat them by one ball, right?
he did. You know, but
That's
it was
how yeah.
it was still pretty amazing to watch him do it by himself.
Because Zach is a genius, and I'll do it by myself,
Oh yeah, that was funny.
right in
Yeah,
the
wasn't it?
middle, right? Even though this guy he's perfected the technique at that point.
Oh yeah. Now he knows what he's doing.
Donnie's just like, what? Okay, you do that?
And apparently, there's some Jerry Jones sex scandal going on right at the moment that he shows
Wow.
up on Big Brother promoting Thursday Night Football, which makes me think they're going to move Big Bang Theory around again because you're doing Thursday Night Football. That's your entire Thursday night schedule
Well, that's
right
what's
there.
happening. That's what's happening. At least
Wow.
through the football season. 'Cause
So
they're,
half the
they're
year.
booked every Thursday. Is that how long football is? 6 months?
Oh, yeah,
I-
right? Because they
My
play the Super
God.
Bowl in the beginning of the year usually.
No, the Super Bowl's at the end. That's the climax.
At the end of
No,
the season.
End of the season.
But
Yeah,
Super
that's the
Bowl's
end.
like in February, right?
Yeah. And then there's a break in the action, and then basketball starts.
So we're going to give them all a raise and then put them on Monday night? Well, okay.
They're
we'll
moving
see.
TNA wrestling.
I guess they figure, who watches shit when
Wednesday
it's really
nights.
on anymore. I mean, I know I don't. I watch stuff on the .coms, CBS.com or Hulu. I mean, I'm watching AGT at 3 in the morning,
Sure. It's TV when
with
you want it.
commercials. They found a way to make me watch the commercials again. It's called Stream the Show on Hulu.com or whatnot. Slim Jim commercials back, I noticed.
Oh,
It's
Slim
not-
Jim
It's
is.
not a Slim Jim commercial.
And that's where they failed.
It's,
Because to me, it's
it's
a
a
Slim Jim
Verizon.
commercial. And you can use them to choke somebody if they're robbing a convenience store. 'Cause
That
haven't
was-
you always dreamed that you could be the guy
You know,
who could
but
do that?
that's about the only good thing they're good for.
Well, you'll be the guy who has a tablet that picks up the game.
That's
Look,
as
I'm
good as
streaming it right
murdering
here.
a fucking criminal. At the
I
fucking,
was daydreaming about murdering somebody with the Slim Jim, but now
If
we're
you-
back
if
to watching
you-
the game. Must have been a dull part in the game there.
If you eat a Slim Jim, you're committing suicide. Those things are just grease. That's all they
That's
are.
why
They're tubes
I don't
of
think-
squirt grease in your mouth.
I think they would break. It didn't matter how many he tied together. He should have just.
Oh,
left
you
it
mean
in
to
the
really do
package.
what they suggest in the commercial?
Yeah.
That's like false advertising.
I
Because
think
here
it
they're
says-
showing it's happening.
I
and you know
think
it can't.
somewhere in
says,
the
"Don't
commercial
try
it says
this."
"Do not
No,
attempt"
well, I'll
at
have
the
to
bottom.
look for that next time.
It did not say do not attempt.
I
Uh,
don't think it does say anything like that anywhere on there.
What?
So
I've
what
seen
that
that
actually
commercial
that's
300
false.
times.
That's false advertising because you can't possibly do that with Slim Jims.
Please do not attempt. I'm gonna look very closely next time. So watch I never see it again.
It's out of the fucking rotation next week.
Next week is
The
special episode.
The big Comic Con,
Yeah,
complete Comic Con,
that's right.
wrapped up into one package.
From 2013. Because this year's was already brought to you in one package. Now you'll get to experience last year's Comic Con in Phoenix all over again on the GMR Podcast Show 86 next week. Because we're on vacation for a week.
Yeah, and then when we return,
We'll be right back with more Big Brother nonsense.
more Big Brother all fucking day,
Wow.
all night.
Wow.
I can't stop thinking about it. It's just
I
Big
can.
Brother. Yeah, you got other things to do.
All day, every day.
Every day, all day. What about Rachel?
Anything could happen.
Rachel.
She was
Rachel,
on last
I agreed
night.
with pretty much everything Rachel said.
I did too.
When she was asked, who do you think could give Derek a run for his money or whatever, she said, I immediately thought Caleb. And then she said Caleb, and I think, yep, I'm right in sync with you there.
But you think if they're smart, they'll get rid of Caleb?
Well, yeah, but it's too late now.
You're smart.
You got rid of Amber, and now Caleb's focused on the game. So,
Ooh, that was a mistake.
That was a huge mistake.
Get rid of Derek as soon as possible.
Get rid of all of them. That's the only way you're going to win. It's no two winners. There's
I
only
say
one
Derek.
winner.
Well, one winner gets like what, 50 grand.
Donnie needs to fucking win HOH. Get rid of Derek immediately. Right or wrong? Agree, disagree?
Oh, that's what's got to happen, but that's Team America. He might not turn on him.
Yeah, he might not. He may be loyal.
You think he's that much of a dumbass? I don't think he is.
I don't think it's a dumbass move. I think that by
It's a
doing
complete
that,
dumbass move to keep Derek around.
And we'll end this week with Christine telling Cody about houses in Tucson. Christine, they're Adobe. Cody, Photoshop?
that's funny.
GMR.
Podcasting.
GMR.
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 Wow.
GMR.